Hello viewers, this is how to checkmate an opponent with a king and a rook. Last time I showed you how to do it with a king and a queen, but this time I'm going to do it with a rook. It's a little bit harder, but I think you'll get the hang of it. The first thing you want to do is also maintain a box. Like, let's say right here. You don't want to be too close because your king has to be next to your rook to protect. So let's say here, that's a good option. That creates a nice box. The king has not too many squares to go to. And the king moves closer, trying to capture that rook. This time you move your king closer. He moves it, you move it, he moves it, you move it. So now the box is still this big, but the king is right here. So now it's his turn to move. Since he has to move, let's say he moves here. You make the box smaller. See, you're making the box smaller, but it's still protected by the king. He goes here, you go here. He goes here. No, remember, don't go here, because that will result in a draw. So what you gotta do is move your king closer as well. And then he keeps moving back like that. But let's say instead of that, he moves closer. So you don't want to move your king closer because now he has all of this room to go to. Instead, you want to move your king like this. So he's forced to move. Keep like a nice opposition. So he has to move here. Keep going with that same technique. If he goes up here, what you want to do is not move your king up because then that's a draw. You're going to want to move your king here to kind of create like a little opposition board. So it still kind of makes like a little barrier for the king. So then he has to go here. You move the rook up. You're making it smaller and smaller. He moves closer. This time you don't want to move your king here. That's draw. You don't want to move your rook here. That's even worse. So you want to move your. I know it seems counterintuitive, but you move your king back, forcing him to move. That's the trick. You got to force him to move. So then he keeps moving. It's kind of the same pattern. He goes up there maybe. See, now the box is getting smaller and smaller. So you see how we can make a rook here? Usually with a queen you can't do this, otherwise it would be a stalemate. But with a rook, he still has 2 extra spaces to go to. So he could just keep moving back and forth. And now, once you get into this position, all you gotta do is move it right here for checkmate. Now let's try with a different position. This time black has it. Not in the classic rook position. White moves the king closer. Okay, let's load that. White moves the king closer. The rook. Then the rook goes here. Or probably better yet, gets him in a small box. King tries to move closer. King moves here to try to block off. Already making the box smaller. See now, just a little bit smaller. Every time you move the rook, it makes it smaller. Same pattern. Let's say he moves here instead. Remember, you always got to keep this opposition. He moves here, move here. He moves here, you move here. He moves here, you move here this time. So now the box is already pretty small. He has only 4 squares to move to. Just keep doing this. And now he has very little squares to move to. Only 2 squares to move to. And just like that, that's how you checkmate. If you enjoyed the video, go ahead and subscribe, but please, you're not pressured to. But thanks for watching.